Yo, Incognito here. Before we get into video, I'd just like to say a few words. Basically, I'm cutting this review into two parts. The first part, which is this one, is gonna be scripted. It's just me fucking reading the script. Honestly, I have no fucking soul reading this, and it bothered me so much that I decided the second half of the fucking review, I'm gonna just fucking YOLO it. Just, I'm hardly gonna use the script. That's all I'm trying to say. Um, So yeah, enjoyed this shit show, but part two coming out. I don't know, tomorrow, the next day. Thank you. Welcome back, Incognito here. There are a handful of anime series many would regard as forbidden. These series tend to dive into topics most people regard as crazy. Well, I should be considered crazy after I forced myself to watch Yosuga no Sora. My body physically ached. I couldn't bear the pain the show put me through. In case some of you need a little enlightenment, I'll read you the synopsis. After losing both of their parents in an accident, Haru and his twin sister Sora move out of the city to the rural town where they spend their childhood summers. In their new home, everything seems peaceful until Haru discovers a special, forbidden love that may disrupt the entire town. From the synopsis alone, the show already sounds like a big yikes. Aside from the constant hentai shit, surprisingly the majority of the show is actually tame. Yosuga no Sora basically follows Haru on 4 different routes. This review is going to be broken down to 6 parts. The Prelude, Kazuha route, the Kira route, Nao route, the Sora route, and final thoughts. The first couple episodes are used to set a mysterious foundation and set a possible love interest. The show does a good job not giving you all the information out the get-go. It feeds the viewer pieces, allowing you to slowly piece together the full picture. In episode 1, Haru and Sora just arrived in their old town. Sora is immediately portrayed as a very dependent person who is having trouble coping with the death of the parents. Haru is portrayed as a kind and caring guy. You can already see major foreshadowing on every possible route. However, every episode tends to foreshadow Sora's route at least once. The series intertwines events and characters throughout all the routes. Once all the characters are introduced, the story truly begins. When first watching this anime, I was expecting a linear timeline leading up to Sora being the final love interest. I enjoyed this arc, however. I can only rank it as my 3rd favorite out of the 4. I felt the problem I stumbled upon was how I was misled about the show. I wasn't able to comfortably watch this arc as I was waiting for Haru to abandon Kazuha and somehow end up with Sora. As the arc ended and a new one began, I realized the show had separate routes, so any of them could be canon if you choose so. Looking back at the arc, I loved the story surrounding Kazuha. The arc began with Haru trying to return Kazuha's phone, but overhears their conversation through the locker room door and finds out they're actually sisters. Haru's role didn't really stuck with me here. This arc mainly revolved around Kazuha learning to love her father. Kazuha is bothered and lashes out at her father for seemingly disowning her sister Akira. He did a very good job portraying her dad as a piece of shit, but in the end, he's actually a good guy. The arc ends with Haru hoping Kazuha learn the truth and rebuild her relationship with her father. However, questions are still left unanswered. Why does the father let Akira live alone if he cares about her? How hasn't Kazuha found out after many years that he does really care? And what the fuck was up with that incest bullshit? Akira out of nowhere shares her true feelings to Kazuha, but they overlook what happened the very next day. Do you really expect us to forget? It looked like the author was going to turn into a different direction, but decided to stop midway. They should have removed that scene as it added no value to their characters. Haru's and Kazuha's romance is boringly average. The story would have had the same effect if they were just considered friends. Haru as a character, I'm giving him a 6. Kazuha as a love interest, I'm giving her a 4. Kazuha as a character, I'm giving her a 7. As for the arc, I'm giving it a 6. The arc was good, but nothing special. A lot of questions were left unanswered, but luckily some were answered in other routes. Also, Haru gives Kazuha a certain necklace as a gift. At first, I had no problem with it, but after I learned the origin of it later on, it pissed me off that he gave it to her. Stay tuned if you want to know why. Yo, Incognito here. Some final words before I go. Thank you for watching the video and look forward to part 2 coming out soon. Oh, it's gonna be another shit show. Thank you. Bye bye.